What you're about to hear is not a list of AI news. It's a map of where power is moving. Microsoft is warning that China is quietly taking over global AI adoption. Apple just handed the future of Siri to Google's Gemini. Anthropic turned Claude from a chat but into something that can actually work inside your computer. Robots are no longer just learning tasks, they're predicting the future. And Google just laid down the rails so AI agents can buy things across the entire internet. These are not separate stories. They are pieces of the same future. So let's talk about it. 1. Microsoft's warning. The AI race is now geopolitical veering. Starts with Microsoft's warning, and this isn't speculation. This is coming from one of the most deeply embedded companies in the AI world. They run Azure at massive scale. They're tightly linked to OpenAI. They see global usage patterns in real time, and Microsoft's message is clear. Yes, the West still dominates premium AI enterprise software, high-end cloud infrastructure, cutting models, but outside the West, the balance is shifting fast because Western AI is expensive. Proprietary models, enterprise pricing, heavy infrastructure requirements that works in rich markets, but in most of the world, the first question isn't, what's the best model? It's what can we afford, deploy, and maintain? And that's where China is winning. Microsoft points directly to developing regions Africa, Eastern Europe, Latin America, where Chinese AI models are rapidly becoming the default. One name that keeps coming up is DeepSeek. In some markets, Chinese models now account for a massive share of AI usage, sometimes even overtaking Western alternatives. And here's why that matters. Adoption becomes lock-in. Developers build on what's available. Universities teach what's accessible. Startups scale on what's affordable. And once an ecosystem forms, it lasts for years, just like early internet infrastructure, just like mobile operating systems, just like cloud providers. Microsoft is essentially saying this isn't a startup problem. It's a systems problem. China isn't competing company by company. It's deploying a coordinated AI ecosystem backed by government support, massive infrastructure investment, and a huge domestic market. And from an investor perspective, this is critical. Emerging markets aren't optional growth. They are the growth engine. Lose those markets, and you lose data flywheels, developer ecosystems, and long-term platform dominance. This is no longer a lab race. It's infrastructure geopolitics. 2. Apple plus Google AI becomes an alliance. Gaming that leads directly to Apple. Apple officially announced a multi-year partnership with Google to power the next generation of Siri using Gemini as the foundation. This is not a small integration. This is Apple saying, we evaluated the field and Gemini is the base layer. That's a massive statement coming from Apple. Apple is still keeping its identity intact, on-device processing, private cloud compute, privacy-first design. But at the core intelligence layer, they're leaning on Google. Financial details weren't disclosed, but Bloomberg previously reported Apple discussed paying around $1 billion per year for Google's AI access. And here's the key detail most people miss. Apple is not replacing OpenAI. Chat remains integrated into Siri, Apple Intelligence for certain queries. So Apple isn't choosing one model. It's building an AI routing system depending on the task. Gemini, OPE, and AI, or Apple's own models step in. At the same time, Alphabet recently passed Apple in market cap the first time since 2019. And remember this, Siri handles 1.5 billion requests per day across more than 2 billion active devices. That's distribution Google could never achieve on its own. This is what the AI era looks like. Not pure competition, but strategic alliances. 3. Anthropic. From assistant to real agent. No things get personal. Anthropic just introduced cowork inside the Claude Maco's app. And this changes the category entirely. Claude can now be granted access to specific folders on your Mac. That means it can read files, edit documents, create new assets. This is the line between assistant and agent. An assistant gives advice. An agent touches real assets and produces outcomes. Cowork is built for multi-step delegation, organizing files, extracting data from images, turning scattered notes into structured reports. It also supports live feedback and external connectors, allowing browser-based workflows and data pulls. Anthropic is extremely careful here, and for good reason. Once agents can read external content, prompt injection risks become real. A malicious document can try to hijack the agent. That's why permissions are granular, and destructive actions require explicit approval right now. It's constantly in the US, but this is the future of computer use. For Manus, turning conversations into deliverables. Manus is attacking a different bottleneck: real-world conversations. Their new meeting minutes feature is built specifically for in-person meetings, not Zoom calls. It works offline. That matters more than people realize. It doesn't just transcribe. It identifies speakers, assigns action items, and structures outcomes. And most importantly, it closes the loop. From a single conversation, it can generate presentations, websites, social media assets. Recording is free. Analysis costs credits, which tells you exactly where the value is. Not in capturing data, but in turning it into decisions. 5. Robots that predict the future. No, we move into the physical world. 1x. Technology is integrated a new world model 1XWM into its neo-humanoid robot platform. Instead of training robots on endless demonstrations, 1XWM learns from internet-scale video plus egocentric human and robot data. The model predicts future actions by generating video rollouts, then converts those into motion commands. In simple terms, the robot imagines the future, then acts. The backbone is a 14 billion parameter generative video model, fine-tuned for humanoid movement. Right now, inference takes about 11 seconds. That's not reflex-level autonomy yet, but the payoff is generalization. Better handling of novel objects, more robust manipulation, more physically plausible behavior. This is robotics shifting toward world models, just like AI language systems already did. 6. Google's biggest move: AI commerce infrastructure. And finally, Google makes a foundational move. Google announced UCP, the Universal Commerce Protocol. This is not a feature. It's a standard. Built with partners like Shopify, Walmart, Target, and eBay. UCP gives AI agents a common language to interact with retailers and payment systems. It's compatible with existing protocols, which means adoption can scale without ripping out current infrastructure. The first real deployment is direct purchasing inside Google's AI search and the Gemini app. Users can research products and buy them directly using Google Wallet or PayPal. Retailers stay the seller of record. Loyalty programs are coming next. Google is also launching business agents, AI shopping assistants that speak in a brand's own voice directly inside search results. This is Google positioning itself as the protocol layer of AI commerce. Invisible, foundational, everywhere. So no, these aren't random updates. They're signals. AI is becoming infrastructure. Alliances are replacing isolation. Agents are replacing interfaces. And the real question now isn't who has the smartest model. It's who controls the rails. Drop a comment with the move you think changes the game the most. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.